What's up, everyone? It's May 29th, 2026. It's 3:08 p.m. Y'all are watching on May 29th, same day at 10 p.m. 27 days ago, sadly, Spirit Airlines has ceased operations after 30 to 36 years, I think, of operation. They I actually flew this airline as a family with my family all the time to Orlando or once to Vegas back in 2021. And no, I did not do this as a day trip, nor as myself, like you would see now in my videos. I was actually gonna do that if they still kept operating. I would have gone on one more Spirit Airlines flight, but it never happened anymore, sadly. Today I want to talk back through all my Spirit Airlines flight, the 8 times I've flown with them, and at the end you'll see all my takeoff and landing videos of those flights. Except, well, I'm gonna talk about that one later in a second. So back in 2020, and then my Spirit Airlines trips actually been reshaped. How do I film today? Which I do now with my other ones now. In 2020, it was actually on July 25th, 2020. It was my first Spirit Airlines video. It actually was on board their Airbus A320neo, which I never flown the aircraft type itself. It was a pretty cloudy flight, to be honest. Took a picture of the cockpit. Yes, that's the cockpit picture you can see right here. That I took. And then I proceeded to board in 26A. We pushed back on time and we took off. And then I took a video of us taking off, so you can see that one. Well, in that trip report, obviously, that I uploaded recently, like 6 p.m. today. And, well, in 3 hours for me, because I'm recording this till 3:11 p.m. and then video that's released at 6. For you guys, it's already uploaded and all published. And so we took off. Had a great cruise altitude, ate some snacks on board that we brought from home. They do indeed charge for snacks and drinks. This is what the low-cost airline Spirit does. If you want something for free, bring your own snacks. That's what I did. Bring your own snacks, period. Another thing, and then we had a great flight until we landed in Orlando. It was a night one. I saw a great sunset on my own eyes. I didn't take a picture, sadly. I don't. And then during the takeoff, I don't know if you saw. Well, that was actually my family over there. So, and then we had a great stay in Orlando. We stayed in Sarasota area mostly, and then day before I stayed in a hotel airport, Orlando, near the airport itself, and then we went back home the next day, 9:30 in the morning, and I did indeed somehow have the GoPro footage. I never thought I would. It just somehow I found out myself. I thought I would not film the return flight back to Minneapolis. I guess I did. So there you go. It was actually uploaded now. So that was 6 years later. So that's funny. Well, I deleted the old Spirit 135. I actually didn't like the old one, how I made it the trip report. So I was like, screw this. I'm gonna refilm the new one. So yeah, and then the flight itself was an eventful per usual. Nothing this time. Had no snacks this time for me. Well, I was actually way in the back. Like we're a little bit, couple rows. My mom and my brother were a little bit, couple rows up front, and I was actually way back. Well, actually, I did have snacks. I just remember that. That was actually for the other flight. I'm about to discuss in a moment. And then we landed in cloudy Minneapolis, and we arrived, as per usual, on time. So that was great. Alright, in 2021, I had this spring break trip called Vegas. So we went to Vegas. It was actually as per usual. This time was actually on the CEO version of A320. I did indeed film the horizontal Spirit A320 coming in, but then I did not have it anymore. Sorry. I'm so sorry. My dad filmed it in vertical mode, so I'm gonna upload that one right when this video goes up for you, so check it out. And then so I was actually able to it's already uploaded, the Spirit A320 coming in to Vegas. It's on YouTube, YouTube Shorts, obviously. And then we took up, and then this is the only takeoff video I took. It was actually using my old iPhone SE, aka iPhone 5. And we had a great flight. And then we decided, and then landed, and that's right when my storage on my iPhone SE ran out. So I was like, dang, you gotta be kidding me. That sucks. So that sucked. But I did see the strip of Las Vegas. We arrived there, looked at the gate, and then we had a great stay in Vegas. I went to Grand Canyon, Hoover Dam, and then took a picture in the strip. Do not ask. No, I was actually been still too long. Well, to do what other people would. But hey, it was a great family trip, nevertheless. And we went back, and then right before we were about to head back, I checked on my flight radar 24. Alright. Alright, anyway, so I was looking up Spirit's NK612 on the flight radar 24. I look up April 1st, aka April Fools. The flight, that's when I was supposed to go back from Vegas in 2021. And what do I see? The Skittles pop up. Yes, that was actually the flight that we took. I was like, whoa, you gotta be kidding me. Spirit Airlines Skittles? I never knew they had those. Apparently it's their retro that they used to have from 2007 until 2014. So roughly it lasted about 7 years. And so this flight, we woke up very early, 3 a.m. I think. It was like 7 a.m.-ish. Let me check my flighties, so give me a second. So we're gonna go into flighty, passport, 2021, NK612. Oh yeah, it was indeed 7 a.m. So we got there, it was super early. And then we boarded. Yeah, that's when I started filming. And yes, I was indeed using my mom's iPhone 11. Boarded, and then I didn't even, and then I stopped the recording and then went inside the cockpit, and then I took a picture. This is a picture over here. And then we got in, we pushed back. That's when I started filming again. We took right out to the strip, made a right turn, had a great cruise altitude, and then I got offered free snacks, and they said it's on us. I was like, wow, I was so shocked. So I chose a Cheez-Its mix, and then some water. That was pretty good, to be honest. Apparently they liked it because I was actually in the flight deck, I guess, or there was just being me, a kind person in the flight deck. Who the? I think so, that reason. Anyways, so we continued, descended perfectly right over closer to Minneapolis, and then we touched down back in Minneapolis, and we made it. And that was my only ride aboard the Skittles. So let's go to 2022, and then 2021, we went back to Orlando. It was N915NK for the flight down to Orlando. I was like, whoa, that's the same aircraft that flew us back home back in August 2020. I was like, oh, okay. So, and then it arrived pretty late from Orlando. And then we pushed back, and then we started taxiing on one engine. And then we stopped at the ice bed. I was like, huh? And then, oh yeah, I remember the pilot said we were gonna originally from takeoff from runway 30 left. Yes, this is another picture of me inside that cockpit. And then we kept moving, kept boarding. So we made it inside. And then second engine starting up, and then it started pouring rain. We taxied to runway 12 left, and we took off. We had a great cruising at altitude as per usual. Ate snacks on board that my mom brought us on the trip. Obviously, yeah, you know why. And then we landed, and then as we were taxiing, windows fogged up. And then we made it to the gate. Sadly, I couldn't even get an aircraft view from the terminal. That sucked. So that's why I actually used the flight simulator to get an aircraft view for you guys at the end of the video. Anyways, and then we had a great stay. This time we stayed in Daytona Beach area. We had a great sign. Went to Universal, and then we went to the Daytona Speedway for checking out the excursion. Well, get a tour of it, obviously, and then. Oh wait, that was not that one. That was not that one. I'm sorry. We stayed in Sarasota again. We did not even go to Universal, so forget about that one. That's actually for later. And then it was time to go back. And I looked at Flight Radar 24 again, checked NK250. I was so shocked to find out it was N915NK Airbus A320neo. I'm like, what the heck? Is Spirit Airlines trying to send me N915NK 3 times already now at this point? Trying to have me 3 flights logged on to that aircraft? I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm like so shocked. Anyways, we drove back to the airport, and then it was time to go home. We took off. The aircraft arrived. I don't remember where it came from. I forgot. And then we pushed back. We took off, and then I did not have nothing on board. I didn't have any snacks this time because I was actually sitting way in the back. Meanwhile, my parents were a couple rows up front. And then we descended, and then we landed on the runway. Apparently a plane spotter took this picture. Very stunning one. This is what it looks like. And then we arrived at the gate, and then that was all A320neo. So in 2022, I took one last trip with Spirit before I never thought I was gonna be able to fly with them more, but nope, they're ceased operations. And then 2022, I took with Spirit Airlines once again on their A319, brand new airplane for me. Never even flown, not even my childhood years. And then we took off. So it arrived from Phoenix, Arizona, and then we were the last ones to board. I was like, oh no. So no time for cockpit picture for that one. And then we pushed back and then took off. A plane spotter took it for us, as you saw in the video. And then we had a great sunset in the cruising altitude. And then we touched down in Orlando at night in the evening. Then we made it. And this time, we did indeed stay in Daytona Beach. We had a great time there. Went to Universal. This is where this is where where I went to Universal, that part. And then had a tour of Daytona Speedway we did. And then it was time to go back on the same A319. Funny enough, it's at least younger. N516NK, I don't remember how old was it, but it was really old. But not really that old, but yeah. At least it still flies now with Qantas, which is surprising. N532NK was actually our airplane, A319. Much younger one, but sadly got scrapped later. And then it was time to go. We took off right into the sunset. And the aircraft, I forgot to say, the aircraft actually arrived earlier from Philadelphia. And then we took off. And we touched down back in Minneapolis at night. And that was it. So that's all my story I got for these airlines. Actually, all of them were been good. Surprising to me. Surprising. Anyways, please enjoy these takeoff and landings of those Spirit Airlines clips. Thank you for watching.
Touchdown. Boys and boys start to pull. Maybe not. Touchdown. Welcome to Orlando. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I will be doing back to the MSP on August 8th. That's for now, and bye for now. Just left. Touchdown. let's go. Get those spools for us.
Готов? Летать? Готов? Смотри внимательно. Набираем скорость.
Whoa. Whoa. That's awesome. That's awesome. I can't believe it. That's awesome. Bye, my home city. I'll see you next time. I'll see you. Goodbye, my home. Goodbye, my home city. Oh, goodbye, my home airport. I'll see you later. Oh, what a bit blocky.
gentlemen, and welcome to Orlando. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and carry-on items stowed until the aircraft has come to a complete stop at the gate and the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. Please use caution when opening the overhead bins as items tend to shift during flight. If you need special assistance, such as a wheelchair, please remain seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Minneapolis. We know you're ready to go, but please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and carry-on items stowed until the aircraft has come to a complete stop at the gate and the captain has turned off.